This show is sponsored by FG Lake Financial, where financial protection, growth, and legacy come together. Under the leadership of Dr. Uzomaka Eke, FG Lake Financial helps professionals and families build wealth that lasts through market cycles, life transitions, and generations. From protection first planning to retirement strategies and legacy solutions, their approach is designed to help you steward your resources wisely and prepare confidently for the future. To connect with FG Lake Financial, scan the QR code or visit fglake.com. Now back to the show.
Virtuous woman, she's worth more than gold. She doesn't.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Becoming the Proverbs 31 Woman. Hello, my name is Chioma Kende, also known as Special Agent Chi. On today's show, we have Jeanette Marie Grimes. Jeanette Marie Grimes is a faith-based entrepreneur, an author, a speaker, a community leader who equips individuals, families, and organizations with practical tools, strategic guidance, and inspiration to grow, heal, and lead with purpose while leaving a lasting legacy. Welcome to the show, Jeanette Grimes.
Welcome me. Thank you.
All right, Janet, just thank you so much for coming to the show. So, Janet, can you just tell the audience what is it that you do? Can you describe what you do?
Okay. All right. Listen, I love to motivate others, but not just motivate to movement. I love to empower the people, but empower them, encourage them, empower. And I like to train folks, but training must lead to transformation.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I like it. So so when can you elaborate on that? So in terms of, is there a specific coaching
Yes,
that you usually do with your
absolutely.
customers?
Now, you named a couple of things I do, and I'm just going to say all that didn't happen overnight.
Okay.
I began as a trainer years ago with my church. Didn't even call it training then, but we were helping young folks. So we started doing small classes. Then I went to a Head Start program, went to preschool programs. We started training parents. Then all of a sudden, contract came up nationally. So I started training nationally. Parents, teachers, staff at school systems and preschool systems. And then it went to, wait, you know what? I'd really like to write a book. So I started researching, bought a publishing packet, did not know anything about publishing when I did my first book in 2018, but I didn't like my experience. So I started researching. After I started researching and learning, started publishing my own books. So right now I have 7 bestsellers, 8 books. That first one, remember, I really didn't know what I was doing. I knew I needed to do a book, and I wanted to do it. It's a journal. And most of those can be found on Amazon under Jeanette Marie Grimes or Jeanette Grimes.
And we'll have that in
So
the show notes. So that way, once the episode drop, we'll have that in the show notes for
awesome.
you.
Awesome. So then I started researching it, publishing mine. Then I had questions from friends. So I started helping other people publish theirs. So now I'm a publisher and a publicist. And so it's just really great. I'm a community advocate. Proverbs 31, actually, at the beginning, I believe it's verse 8, talks about we should help those who can't take up for themselves. So that's what an advocate is. Before that chapter goes into the details of the Proverbs 31 woman, it talks about all of us helping others. So that's how I became an advocate, speaking up for those who are not able to speak for themselves, being a special agent So I love that about you being a special agent because I think we all are a
Yeah.
special agent
Yes.
in our own fields. We all
Mhm.
have purpose. We all have that something that no one else can do but us. So a couple of years ago, I was elected to the town council in my little town in Southside, Virginia. But we call it a big town because it's big to us, and I love it. So I never planned for those things, but you just never know what work you're doing and what it's going to lead to. Didn't know I'd be a national speaker. Even last night, spoke at a Black History program for Head Start parents. The Head Start program where I worked over 20 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing.
And
So,
that was a blessing to me. So I am just so grateful for that. So I am a strategist. I have a business strategist coach, and I have another group coach. So in hanging around a strategist, I became a strategist. So I'm so grateful to think about those things, to continue to research, study, learn, and gain wisdom and be able to help and pass that on to others.
man, that's amazing. So it brings me to my next question. So when did you first sense this calling on, in this assignment?
Did not sense a calling. It was God created me. I'm created in his image. God, what do you want me to do? So it's really through the work that I've just from my church to the jobs I've had. There was one job I had that I knew I never wanted to do again.
Oh,
So
wow.
then I began to focus on, wait a minute, don't just accept any job, do something you like. So I fell into that. And then actually, I started studying what God wanted me to do. And I
Mm.
actually, in about 2017, actually had a temper tantrum. And I said, God, everybody has their tagline, everybody has a motto. Oh, my, I mean, we had it out. Well, we didn't have it out. He was listening, though. I know he was
Yeah,
listening.
he can handle it. So
He
he's a
can
big
have.
dad.
So I was just a little girl, in spirit, having a tantrum about God, I want to do. But my heart's cry was, I want to do what you want me to do. What did you create me to do? That's what I want to do because I've made enough mistakes on my own. I don't know if you understand that for
Oh no, I
yourself, but let
do.
me tell you.
I do. I do. Not my way, but yours, Lord. That's it's like surrender.
Yes, so
Yes.
he led me step by step. And that January, I was fasting with my church and a couple of other groups. You know how you connected with different groups and
Hmm.
they all may be fasting. So this particular time, that January, I think it was about the 9th. And then I came across Romans 12, verse 11 in the New International Version, which says, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. So
Hmm.
that was January. And I kept saying, God, I want to do what you want me to do. And the Spirit so gently said to me, what do you like to do? Say, no, it's got to be something you want me to do. Like, he wants me to do what he created me to do. And
Mhm.
I'm going to like doing that because it's in service to him. And years ago, when I earned my master's in human services, a friend was like, Jeanette, why do you have a master's in human services? I said, because I love to serve humans. And in
Hmm.
serving humans, I serve him.
That's it. Service leader, service. Hmm. Yeah, that's good. That is very
Bless
good.
you, bless
So
you.
like how do you navigate like the tension between like your faith, work, your responsibility? How do you balance all that?
Okay, what I realized years ago, I tell folks I'm a Jersey girl with Virginia flavor.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
born in New Jersey. I went to school in Virginia until I was 15. So I say I have the best of both worlds. I learned the year Well, yeah, the year after my mom passed away, I remember going almost anywhere you go, you hear any kind of music, any kind of talking you agree with, talking you don't agree with, music you like, music you don't want to hear because of the words.
Hmm.
Said, if I have to listen to all of that, why can't I speak faith words wherever I go?
Mm.
Why can't I listen to my music that wherever I go? So for me, it's not even a balance all anymore. It's a testimony.
Mm.
And so even last night, I wanted to quote my scripture and I said, Lord, you got to work this in. I know this is a public group. I know this is this. And all I could say, listen, you don't have to believe like me, but I just need you to roll with me right now. And I was able to share
I love
that.
that.
And it was well received. So that balance, I pray about it. That's our work. It's my purpose. God, what are we doing today? Because I'm not in this by myself.
That's
We
true.
are never
Hmm.
alone. He
No.
said he'll never leave us, never forsake us. That's what I'm leaning on. When it looks like I'm alone, when I can't see my way, he's already been there. So that's what I'm trusting. Girl, don't make me happy. You getting me happy up in here. And I'm the only one talking. Come on, Jesus.
No, we got to acknowledge him in all our ways. I mean, the book says it. It's like you got acknowledge him in all your ways, and he'll make the path straight. And I think for us, we speak for myself, just not having patience. And just in terms of me being, like, I think too, you're like, I guess like a parent, you kind of understand like the relationship with God of just a parent and a child of just how your kids like, well, can I have this? And you're like, because you say no, you know the danger ahead and you're saying no, but they're, having a meltdown because it's like, I can't have it, but I can see it's going to be dangerous for you.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes. And I think through the mistakes, that's
mhm,
what's helped me with more patience. And I'm
mhm.
like, oh, wait a minute. I'll wait on you because I messed it up the last few
Exactly.
times.
Exactly. In my
So
hands,
I'll wait.
in his hands,
A
much,
masterpiece. But
much
mine,
better.
yes,
But it's just that
yes,
patience,
absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
patience
Yes,
that we
yes.
want to see. Like you want your, I guess the good example is the Isaac and Ishmael. So you want your
Yes.
Isaac, but we're going for the Ishmael.
And
So,
sometimes that happens because we want it so bad. And sometimes it's the enemy. And I mean, even a few months ago, I sat down with God and I said, okay, here I am again. I could just sit, meditate, pray. And he said, if we meditate on his word day and night, he would give us good success. Joshua chapter 1. That's one of my favorite chapters.
mhm.
And it's taking the role that he's given us because that chapter starts out Moses, my servant, is dead.
Mm.
And God was just telling him, listen, you got to go to work. So
Put on
he
your
said that
bootstraps.
in
Yep.
so many words, Jeanette, you got to go to work. I created you for this, not that. So yeah.
Yeah, we got to be in obedience. So, what season would you say you're currently in?
How? Oh, well, a friend of mine asked that the other day, and I said, this chapter actually is my move chapter. And I'm saying that because on New Year's Eve, right before I went to watch night service, the Spirit dropped into me the word move. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? You want me to move? Exercise? You want me to move? You want me to move a house? What do you want me to do? And then it was like, oh, sorry, there I am again. I'll wait. Oh, that was before service. And I said, God, thank you for the word. I wrote it in my journal, went to watch night service, got home. 2 o'clock, I'm sitting down, returning all the texts from my children and friends and family, and sat down. And the Spirit said, move. Again, He said, move. And He said, make obedience very evident.
Hmm. Felt that.
Okay. So I have to make obedience very evident. There can be no question in me. There can be no question in my movements. So I'm leaning into him even more. And do you know it's helped me to say no?
Hmm.
It's helped me to say no quickly. It's helped me to say yes quickly. And
Hmm.
so that's where I am. So this chapter is move.
Move. Okay. See, I like that. So season of move in obedience. I
Yes.
like that. Because
Yes.
that obedience is better than sacrifice. I
Then
mean,
sacrifice. And we
and
get it wrong so many times. I
mhm,
mean, talking about self and
mhm.
thinking, I did this, I did that, I did that. But that's not what was called for.
Yes. Yes. And there's so many examples of just not being like the
Oh, man.
consequences of just not being in obedience. Because I think even what was it? David just like acknowledged where it was like so blatant. I think when I don't know if you remember the one where he had gone to war, he had come back and they had taken like his wives and everything, and they're about to
Oh,
kill
yeah, at
him.
Ziklag. Yes, that
Yes.
was at Ziklag.
Yes.
Yes.
And even with that, it was like obvious. I need to go. They took my wife. They took
Right.
everybody. It was so obvious. It was like he still was like, God, should I go?
Right. And even in that thing, they were ready to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the word said, that's one of my favorite stories.
Yes.
So one of my favorite accounts, rather. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
stop saying stories because the world thinks, oh, it's a fairy tale. No, honey, it's an
No, it's a
account in history. So that
mm-hmm.
that reminded me they wanted to kill him. And that's when David said, wait a minute, he had to encourage
Courage
himself.
himself. Yes.
And then
Yes.
he asked, and I'm like,
Yes.
just like me on
Yes.
watch night, I'm like, okay,
Yes.
move this, move it. Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay, hold
It's
on. Yes.
like whatever may be obvious, like it was obvious, is like they took, I need to go get him. He still inquired of the Lord, which was obvious, in terms of like what it was like, but he still inquired, like, God, should I pursue? And he said, pursue, and you will take it,
And
overcome, like
you
you
will,
will,
yes,
yes, you recover it
yes.
all.
Shall I
You'll
pursue
recover
and
it
you shall
all.
recover all.
So
Oh,
yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Love it.
So just tell us more about your business and like, do you have like any offerings that you're doing currently?
Absolutely. We've been doing so much publishing. So we're about to go into a season of group publishing because there's so many people and we have 3 tiers. I haven't posted that on my website yet, but just to let this is
Okay.
the coming
Okay.
soon announcement.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, we'll
We
put
have
it on the show notes when, the episode
Awesome.
drops.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So we have 3 tiers because some people are very hesitant. I've worked with a lot of folks who, one gentleman, I'm telling you, I used to work with folks in recovery and we had specific readings and I asked him to read. And I mean, he cursed me out,
Oh, oh.
but he apologized after.
Mm,
He said, I can't read like everybody else. I
mm.
said, well, thank you for telling me and thank you for sharing. So I want to have the tiers, people who may not be as confident in themselves or their reading or their writing to help them through the process. Because as you know, that there are so many tools and advantages that we can use for our advantage to get a message out. And then I have folks I've worked with who said, I've been trying to get this book done for 2 years. We usually take them from paper to published in 3 months. That's our
Mhm.
average.
Oh,
So
wow.
working with folks and pushing and encouraging. And when I say push, I mean in a great way. Then we have those who just don't want to do the nitty gritty work and they just need someone to do that. So we'll have those tiers and we're working with communities now. And we love to work in small communities. A lot of people don't want to work through Zoom. And I want to be able to offer that intimate setting for them to work in. So thank you for asking.
Oh, no problem. So people can meet you. You do meet in person?
Yes, we meet in
Okay.
person. And then
Okay.
for those, like I have a couple of out of state clients, if they need Zoom one-to-one, we've done that too, and still successfully got them published
Good.
because, media is really helpful and the
Hmm.
tools that we have can still get the job done.
So it gets me to like when people work with you, what transformation do they experience?
I think they don't even know until the book is done.
Hmm.
Because the question I've gotten from so many people, and I said, "Wow, this happens across the board," and I'll get a text or I'll get an email that says, "This is really happening," or "Is this really happening?" And it comes to that something hits where they realize this is really their dream come true.
Wow.
Yes, it's
Wow.
so amazing to
Wow.
see it and to hear it. And when they get that first copy in their hands, it's become real. And
Nice.
that's an awesome thing to see. And I thank God to be able to just be a part of that for someone's family and their legacy, because we are leading and leaving a legacy of zeal.
I know that's right. That's good. And a book is something that can last. Legacy.
Yes,
Like
yes. And
speaking like
as
it'll
you know,
last.
we've heard once you're published, you become unerasable. And that
Yes.
really sticks with me. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes, definitely. I like that. Like that. So what would you like to highlight in this episode?
I would like to encourage others to know that they matter, that they can fulfill the dreams of their heart, especially those unspoken ones where they may not have been encouraged. There is a way to get things done. You don't have to have a master's degree. I didn't get mine till I was 48. I had done a lot of things before that. So I want folks to know that their dreams are possible. I can do a strategic planning session or a 30-minute inquiry if folks want. They can reach out on the website, and
Okay.
I don't mind answering questions. I know we say it, and people say, "Oh, there's no stupid question." People really still feel like that, and they're embarrassed. So whatever I speak about, it is confidential, and so I want folks to walk away with it can be done. It is possible because with God, all things are possible.
That's right. So where can people find you? So you mentioned the website. I know earlier, what can be, are you on any social media? Where can people find you?
I am on social media. My full name, Jeanette Marie Grimes.
Okay.
You can message me there. I'm on I'm on Instagram and X at C Jeanette Go. SEE Jeanette Go.
And all this, like I said, all her information on how to meet Jeanette is going to be in the show notes, so that way
Awesome.
people can reach out. So, this is the Becoming the Proverbs 31 Woman podcast. I always ask every guest, what's a Proverbs 31 woman quality? Which one do you identify most with?
She rises while it is still night. So I tell folks I get a lot of things done. I have a contract where I work almost daily, but every day I like to get up, meet with God first. And I always say it's my Bible, my business, my body, and then I could go out into the world.
I know that's right. Dedicate that first hour. It makes a difference when you dedicate
So important. Yes.
everything to God. It is a difference when you dedicate it to Him. In His
It
hands, I
really
would
is.
say it's He can handle it. In my hands, I'll fumble.
Nope. But Matthew 7 tells us, you know, well, Matthew 6 and 7, two of my favorite chapters also. But when he talks about us praying, giving, and fasting, all of that time given to him, all those instances, he says, our Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. And we never know what that open reward looks like. And I have a lot of children. I always say, I may not see it, but it may be a blessing down the line for my children or my grandchildren.
That is true. That is true. Because you don't
Mhm.
know, like we're not living for ourselves. We like I feel like when you're living your life and doing things, you have to do it based on like generations. How is it going to
Absolutely.
affect generations? Like you said, legacy. How is it going to
Absolutely.
affect the legacy when I'm not here down the line?
Yes.
My
And that's what
actions.
I feel
Yeah.
about my book. So when I'm laid to rest, when I'm at my eternal rest, those books I will read. And I pray it still encourages until forever because it'll be here and it makes us unerasable. And thanks be unto God, biggest, the biggest inheritance we could ever leave is our belief in the Lord. And that's what I would hope because it was left to me, my grandmother, my father, my mother, my second dad, all of that legacy is the Lord.
Yes, yes, it is. Wow, Janet, this has been such a inspiration. Like I've enjoyed this episode. I have so many
Bless
different
you.
nuggets and just different deposit of the word,
Bless
in it.
God.
And it was a pleasure to, just know about your business of just what you're doing. Honestly, the impact that you're having in the community. Honestly, thank you for your service and just, being in obedience. Really,
It's a
really
pleasure. It's a pleasure. And just to add, I speak a lot about trainings, but businesses or companies, I develop trainings for them. So
okay.
points that they're trying to get across, that's just what I've been doing for years. And I love to do that because I like things to be friendly. I love friendly, enjoyable trainings that still get their point across, open companies, faith-based, all of those. So,
Okay.
yeah, and I love wellness. I went to school for nursing, didn't become a nurse, but that education has helped me across the board, really
Yes,
has.
yes. No, like I feel like our journey in things shapes us, like you said, to what
Awesome.
like it's a training ground of how God is like getting you to where you need to be.
Absolutely. Yes. So it all works together for the good of them that love the
Yes,
Lord.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. Really appreciate you, Janet. And like I said, I'm doing this. So I really enjoyed this episode. And then my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, has been the one saying, "Mom, say like, share, and subscribe." So if you enjoyed this episode and like want more episode, please subscribe to the Become the Proverbs 31 podcast for more information like this. You will have a lot of Janet's information in the show notes once this in this episode. So really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Ew.
All right. And that's another episode of Becoming the Proverbs 31 Woman. Have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.